What is going on, guys? I'm James Keller, MMA. You're watching the Prospect Watch. Today, guys, we have an undefeated 3-0 amateur prospect fighting out of the Lycans Den in Champaign, Illinois. Please welcome Isaiah, the Mantis, Yoakum. Isaiah, how we doing today, man?
Doing great, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. We're getting straight into business. You got to fight against Nasty Nate West for the GE Bantamweight title on February 7th. What's your mentality heading into this fight? Does your mindset at all change knowing this fight is for a title?
100%. I've definitely been pushing myself way more in practice. I've been leading the conditioning, going hard, pushing everybody else. I'm definitely planning on going in aggressive, but cool-minded and very confident.
Right. Well, you are 3-0. Your opponent is also 3-0. Do you feel like he presents any challenges that your previous ones might not have?
Not necessarily. I think he's really similar to a guy that I beat, Caden McAllister. I think he's a very similar type of dynamic of a fighter, and I think it'll go in a similar fashion.
Got you. So do you feel like this is the toughest test of your career so far?
It's definitely the toughest, but I don't think it's. I don't think he might be as good as some people think.
Right. Well, you are the main event fight. Do you feel any added pressure to put on an exciting performance knowing you're the final fight of the night?
A little bit. I mean, I definitely plan to come out and put on a show for everybody, but definitely focused on staying composed and not fall into a brawl.
Right. Well, when fight night gets here and the cage door does close, if you had to make a prediction, how do you see this one going?
I think within maybe 2 or 3 rounds, I'll find the finish somewhere if it's on the feet or a submission or just on the way into a shot. My prediction is within 3 rounds.
So you see yourself finishing this fight?
I think so, and if not, I definitely see it going to a very unanimous decision.
100%. Well, your last fight, it was a split decision win at Caged Aggression. How confident were you heading to the judges' scorecards? Did you feel like you did enough to get your hand raised in their eyes?
100%. I definitely knew I won 2 out of the 3 rounds, maybe even all three of them, depending on how you looked at it. I knew he was the hometown guy, though, so I was a little bit nervous. But just from the body language after the fight, I knew as soon as I stood up, he flopped down on the ground, and I was walking around with I knew just by the body language that everyone could see that I won the fight. It was kind of a bad performance on my part, though. It was up a weight class, and there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that threw me off a little bit. So I plan to kind of come back and show my true potential in this one.
I got you. Well, you are 3-0. How would you describe your evolution from your debut to the fighter you are now?
I've definitely just gotten a lot of experience more in these last two fights. My first fight was pretty quick. I didn't get hit once, so after that I was kind of like I didn't even really feel like I was in a fight. So that second and third one have really brought me a lot more experience. I feel a lot more comfortable in the cage. I have a lot more time in there standing up on the feet. I've wrestled a lot of my life, so it's a little bit weird just standing up while I'm competing sometimes, but I've definitely gotten more used to it.
Right. Well, let's say everything goes according to plan. You get your hand raised, claiming the GE Bantamweight title on February 7th. What is your next step? What does a successful 2026 look like for you?
Well, I think I'll probably do Coleman kickboxing in April after this. Just get some more stand-up experience because I tried to get a fight last year. It was going to be my third fight, but it fell out 2 weeks out. So I'm trying to get in there and get one of those. And then after that, I probably got TBAs. I believe that's in March. And after that, I'll probably just find some more MMA fights, hopefully another title.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you have a very busy year ahead of you. You debuted in 2024. Your fight career is still in its early stages. What kind of goals do you have set out for your long-term fighting career?
I plan to have a extensive amateur career. I want to be very experienced before I go pro. after that, maybe when I'm about 24, maybe 25, depending on just how things go, I'll go pro from there, fight for LFA a few times, and try to get on Dana White's Contender Series.
Got you, got you. And then from the Contender Series, you just want to get into the UFC and become a champion?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Got you, got you. Well, this is the Prospect Watch. Is there anybody you've been training with at the Lycans Den that you think we should have our eyes on?
100%. We got James Martin. He's a professional. He's definitely 1 or 2 fights away from a UFC contract, 100%. Thomas Blackerby up in Peoria, he's right there too, about to be at that level. And we've got a bunch of other guys who do bare knuckle, compete in other stuff, who are super high level. So there's just like killers all around at my gym and in our neighboring gym, Pack. So I'm always getting great experience with those guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, when camp does get tough, what helps you stay motivated outside of just wanting to win the fight?
I really just want to build a life around this, and if I can continue to have a win streak, put on good fights in the early stage of my career, that really shows that I can do that later on. That gives me the belief, showing me the results around me that I can continue to do this and make money from it. And that's really ultimately what I want. So waking up and being able to work for that every day is what pushes me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, taking a little bit of a look outside of fighting, fighting is a very demanding sport mentally, physically. What are some things that you do to help you decompress?
I mean, I wake up early, I go to work, and as soon as I get home, I go train, and then I lift most of the time after that too. So I'm getting back home at like 10, pretty late at night. I mean, occasionally, I'll play games, scroll on my phone, but ultimately I'm working most of the day. The enjoyment comes after the fight.
Got you.
But for camp, really, I'm locked in for most of the day, not really doing much anything but either making money or fighting. So,
I see.
But after the fight, I'll relax a little bit, have some fun, but after that, get right back into it.
Gotcha. You're just looking forward to right after the fight, I see.
Pretty much.
Well, your nickname is the Mantis. That is very fitting for you and your fighting style. Could you talk to me about where the origin story behind that nickname came?
So it's kind of funny. Originally, it was almost meant as like an insult or like a dig at me. It was from my dad, and he was just like, "Oh, you're built like a praying mantis," just because I was, skinny, wrestling 125 as a high schooler, 6 foot tall, 125, and I just got long arms and legs, and it was fitting, and I was kind of thinking about it, and I always had a vision that I was going to fight, even when I was just a high school wrestler. So I kind of thought about it. I was like, that's actually kind of a dope nickname, and I looked it up, and I didn't see anybody else with it. I was like, I'll have to keep that in the back of my mind if I actually do this and full send it, and I did. So, it just kind of worked out.
Well, it is a perfect nickname. It fits you perfectly. When fans do tune into the main event of Griggs Entertainment on February 7th, what do you want them to take away from your fight? What is an impression you want to make on fans that might be watching you for the first time?
I want them to see that I'm always looking for a finish. I come in ready as a professional. There's a lot of these guys on the lower level that you can kind of tell that they're just kind of walking into a little bit, not really training. I want people to see that I'm actually putting time into this, and that this is my life, and this is what I do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, do you have any coaches, any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Again, James Martin. He's my coach at Lycans Den. All my coaches and training partners there. There's a bunch of guys on this Griggs card that I train with. So shout out to all those guys and good luck to them. That's pretty much it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, do you have a final message for your fans ahead of your fight against Nate West?
Make sure to tune in see me get my first amateur title. It's definitely going to be a good fight against a good opponent, a game opponent, and it's going to be the start of big things. So make sure you're there to watch it.
Guys, that was the Isaiah the Mantis Yoakum interview. I really hope you enjoyed it. It was an amazing interview. Make sure you check out Isaiah's next fight, February 7th, for the GE Bantamweight title against Nasty Nate West. You're not going to want to miss it, guys. This is going to be a banger fight. I hope you enjoyed. Peace!